Being good with money has surprisingly little to do with how much you know about it. That runs against how we usually think about it, because money looks like a knowledge problem. If it isn't working, read more, find the smarter method. But the sensible rules are hardly a secret. Spend less than you earn, keep a bit back, and leave a decent plan alone to do its work. Most people could recite some version of that already. So if the rules are this well known, why do they decide so little about how things actually turn out? Maybe the rules only sound simple, and the real plan hiding underneath is complicated. The core of it isn't. The arithmetic of a sensible plan is small. Money in, a bit set aside, time to grow. The sum is genuinely easy. Living it is often hard, and not because you're doing anything wrong, since real life comes with debts, uneven income, and people depending on you. But that difficulty isn't really about understanding the rule. It's that a messy week keeps making you decide, on the spot, whether to follow it this time. And the moment a plan makes you decide is the moment something other than the maths gets a say. That something is feeling. The market drops, your investments show a loss. People around you seem to be heading for the exit, and getting out starts to feel like the safe thing to do. But selling in the dip can turn that paper loss into a real one, even when nothing about a sensible long-term plan has actually changed. A weekend away comes up that you can't really afford, but everyone's going, and missing it feels worse than the cost. Your plan has ticked along for months, doing nothing dramatic, and the sheer boredom of it starts to feel like a reason to meddle. A friend just bought the thing you talked yourself out of, and your careful choice suddenly feels like missing out. You know the sensible answer in every one of these, but knowing the answer and feeling the pull happen in different parts of you, and in the moment, it's the feeling that reaches your hands. So you'd think the answer is to get sharper, manage your money more actively, watch it more closely, make more considered calls. But look at what each of those calls really is. Every time a plan asks you to decide something with nothing new to go on, that's one more moment the feeling can decide instead of the plan. A plan you steer by hand gives you those moments constantly. Every month, whether to move the money across, whether to skip it just this once, whether to nudge the amount. A plan that mostly looks after itself barely asks. Two people can know exactly the same things and still end up miles apart, because one of them handed the feeling a fresh decision to hijack every few weeks, and the other gave it almost no way in. That can sound like the trick is to freeze, pick a plan and never look at it again. It isn't. Sometimes a plan really should change. Your costs might have crept up, or something about the plan might turn out not to suit you, or your own life might have moved on from the one it was built for. Those are real reasons. The hard part is that a real reason and a restless mood often turn up wearing the same face, and you can feel the itch to change something at the very moment there's also a good reason to. So the test isn't how strongly you feel about it, because the feeling is almost always there. The test is what's behind the urge. If there's a genuine problem with this plan, or a real change in your life, then adjusting it is doing the job properly. If it's really just boredom, or the pull of something that looks better today, then that's the moment to sit still. A market drop sits on that second side too, as long as the fall itself hasn't turned up a genuine problem with the plan. So money turns out to be mostly a behaviour problem in a maths disguise. Knowing more genuinely helps, but it's seldom the missing piece, and reading one more article won't fix the part that is. The part that actually decides things is quieter and harder to do. Sticking with a plain, sensible plan long after it stopped being interesting, while still being able to tell a real reason to change from a passing urge. The rules were always the easy part. Following them, and knowing when not to, is nearly all of the game.